Hi there, time for class project. In last lesson you learned about how to apply 3D glass effect in image and in text, and this is the time for apply your skill about 3D glass effect in Adobe Photoshop. So in this class project you have to create a 3D glass effect in image and you have to apply 3D glass effect in text. So here is my output of 3D glass effect and you have to do the same things in this class project. Okay, so let's take a look on our PDF file, because PDF file will help us to complete the class project, or you can take a look on our last lesson so you can follow the last lesson, and the last lesson will also help us to complete the class project. Okay, so let's take a look on PDF file. Here is our PDF file and the name of our class project 10, 3D glass effect on image and text. Okay, so let's follow the step. At first you have to go for image. Use image from exercise file, or you can use your own created image, or you can use unsplash.com. So if you want to use this image, you can use it. This image already given in our exercise file, and if you want to use your own image, that will be awesome, but I will prefer if you use your own image. That will be really awesome, so that you can have a 3D glass effect on your own image, or you can download some images from unsplash.com. Okay, the next step is duplicate layer. Duplicate background layer in layer panel and rename as GB. So you have to duplicate a layer from background layer, and after duplicating the layer you have to rename that layer as GB. So you can take a look. This is my duplicated layer and I renamed this layer as GB. Okay, the next step is unlock background layer. Unlock or rename background layer as R. So you have to unlock the background layer, and there was a lock icon, and you can remove the lock icon by clicking on the lock, or you just have to rename the layer, and you have to rename the background layer as R. So here is my R layer. Okay, the next step is blending option. Use blending for R layer and keep R channel active and make G and B channel inactive. Use blending option for GB layer, make G and B channel active and make R channel inactive. Okay, so you have to use the blending option for R layer, and with R layer you have to keep active R channel and you have to keep inactive G and B channel for R layer, and for GB layer you have to keep active G and B channel and you have to keep inactive R channel. Okay, next step is scale image. Select GB layer and scale GB layer and move a little in right side. Okay, you have to select the GB layer in the layer panel and you have to scale this GB layer. You have to press Ctrl or Command T, or you can use this edit menu. Here is the transform option and here is the scale option. Okay, after using the scale option you have to move this GB layer a little bit right side, then you will have the glass effect for this image. Okay, the next part is text. You can take a look. We got the 3D glass effect in our image, and from A to E this is the part for image part, and now we have to go for text part. We have to apply the 3D glass effect in text. So therefore you have to use the type tool, and using the type tool you have to write your name and you have to rename the text layer as your name R. So let's take a look on Adobe Photoshop. So you have to use the type tool. Here is the type tool, and once you create your name. Once you will type your name, a text layer will be added inside the layer panel, and you have to rename the layer. You have to rename the layer as your name and R. So this is my name, this is Stephen Coyle, this is my name, and I added R. Okay, and the next part is duplicate layer. Duplicate text layer in layer panel and rename as your name GB. So this is quite similar like before. So you have to duplicate your text layer and you have to rename the new layer as your name GB. So you can take a look, this is our name, and you have to add G and B with your name. So you have to add GB layer for your duplicated layer. Okay, the next part is blending option. Use blending for your name R layer and keep R channel active and make inactive G and B channel. Use blending option for your name GB layer, make G and B channel active and make R channel inactive. So as same as before, so for R layer, your name R layer, you have to use the blending option. You have to keep active R channel and you have to keep inactive G and B channel for this your name R layer. And for this your name GB layer, you have to keep G and B channel active and you have to inactive the R channel. Okay, the next step is select your name GB layer and scale layer to move a little in right side. So you have to select this your name GB layer and you have to scale the layer and you have to move the layer a little in right side. Then you will have this 3D glass effect in text. And the final step is output. Save the image in JPEG format. Okay, once you will complete creating the 3D glass effect in text and image, you have to save your class project work as a JPEG format and you can share your work with me. So I'm really excited to take a look on your work. I will specially request you to follow all the class project. Please try to complete all the class project because class project will help you to practice the complicated part of Adobe Photoshop. So if you follow the class project, then you will cover the most of the technical and essential part of Adobe Photoshop. So please do class project from 1 to class 10 project.